RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
What's up? All right, my friends, this is Tara Devlin. I don't know what happened to the camera, but we'll fix it. This always happens. Shit, I had it really nice, too. All right, hold on. We're doing it live. All right, I'll have to stay like that for now. My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you so much for hanging out. This is unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy. Maybe I have the wrong camera on. Here we go. Is that better? No. Whatever. That is a little better. All right. Decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're doing a show tonight. And there's a lot because there's a lot to talk about. And if we leave it another day, God knows, things might blow up. Whichever camera you prefer, you let me know. Hi, everybody. If you are on other platforms, we are on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and we're streaming on Twitch, on Facebook, on Twitter, live right now, and APS Radio News. That's another independent, I guess, independent network, of news, and not just the point of view of normal people, but the point of view of others. But you don't really need those points. Yeah, I don't know. You can check them out if you want to get aggravated. But if you want to hang out, we have an incredible chat room at youtube.com/C for channel /Tarabuster. That's the chat room I'm going to be hanging out with. And I see Winston in the chat room already. And Jonathan in the chat room. Hello, guys. Happy 4th or whatever you say. What's my outfit? It's just a Susie and the Banshee shirt. That's all. This is the soundtrack of my youth. I was a big Susie, and still am. I love Susie and the Banshees. Always did. I used to go see them when they came to town every time. I mean, I have tickets, stubs, whatever. I saved them. And I still love them. Tinderbox, an amazing album. I don't really listen to a lot of music now. I listen to a lot of books on tape and stuff like that. But when I do listen to music, I get nostalgic and listen to the Banshees. I listen to stuff that I listen to Curve. That's another great band that were the soundtrack of my youth. Doppelganger, an amazing album. Okay, whatever. I know. I'm not an aficionado. Guys, if you can become a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin, that will keep the show going and growing, and I guarantee there will be more people in the chat room. Don't worry, they're coming. This is the problem with not having a daily show at a set time. It's one of the problems. It's hard to get everybody together because you don't know when the show's going to start. So I said that. Yes, Winston says, love me some Susie and the Banshee. Seen them a couple of times in Minneapolis. Yep. I didn't see them in Minneapolis, but I've seen them. I can't even count. And I wonder, where's Susie? What's she doing? She's still around, right? She's great. All right. Let's see. What was I saying? Yeah, there'll be more people in the chat room. And so before we get going, though, I mean, there's so much to talk about. And I see, hello, Libra in the chat room. Happy Independence Day. Nice to see you. To the Donetsk People Republic, who is now fully liberated. Am I saying that correctly? I'm sorry. Been trying since 1999. I'm not up on that, but I'm happy to repeat it. So happy Independence Day, that's for sure. And I guess I need to put a pin in that and learn more about it. So, yeah, Tara, why is the U.S./NATO so hell-bent from letting them have their independence? You're asking me a question I'm not sure. I apologize. This is not in my wheelhouse, unfortunately. So obviously I need to do a little bit of research on that, I guess. I don't know about it. I really don't. I apologize. I like to stay in my lane. That's what I'm saying. Can't, sometimes I just don't know it all. I'm open to learning. So I really am. I wish one of my favorite fantasies, I suppose, would be like in The Matrix, where she plugs in her brain and learns to fly a helicopter. I would love that. I'd just be like, I wonder if what would happen to us if all of the knowledge of the universe was suddenly downloaded into our heads. We wouldn't be able to handle it, probably. I'm sure there would be some that would freak out and, I don't know, try to catch the UFO on the back of the Hale-Bopp comet, something like that. So, and anyway, yes. Thank you. Russia/Ukraine. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay. Now I know the Donetsk People's Republic. Ah, okay. You're saying that the Russians liberated that section of Ukraine, and that's a good thing. All right. I don't know about that. Not sure. I don't know. All I know is I'm for democracy, not autocracy. So I'll have to get back to you on that one. All right, guys. Let me give you some plugs. Like I said, please become a patron, and also FYINation.com is another independent liberal radio station or network, and APS Radio News. But tonight's podcast is brought to us by, hold on, Dutch Con. Oh, where's the applause? Thank you so much, Dutch, for becoming a patron. There we go. For taking the leap, going to patreon.com/Tara to become a patron, at any level helps. That will help to keep the show going and growing, and it's also the reason we're having a show tonight. So thank you, Dutch. If not for Dutch, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be able to talk about what we're going to talk about right now, which is, let's see, where should we begin? Actually, we know, I don't even know. We know. What do we know? It's a disgrace, and that we had another massacre. Another well-regulated militia brought the freedom to a July 4th parade. Are you, I just have to ask, are you as embarrassed as I am at this point to be an American in the eyes of the world? Oh, why don't you move? Okay, set up a GoFundMe page. I'll get the hell out of here. I'd probably be a lot happier. I'd be a lot less stressed out. You can't even go to a goddamn 4th of July parade. So now we can add that to the list. There are no places in this country where we are safe. We can't go to church without worrying about being shot. A synagogue, a mosque, of course. The park, a concert, school, of course, elementary school. It doesn't matter, whatever, high school, elementary school, all the ages are covered. Not just parks, government buildings, offices, places of business, anywhere you want to be free. Some patriots celebrated July 4th by putting their children, their toddlers, in dumpsters, hiding them from the well-regulated militia that was shooting down on them. We're fortunate. There are 7 people died so far, but we are fortunate that it wasn't more. because I think the guy let off about 80 rounds or something. And could you imagine we don't have to imagine. Some people don't have to imagine. But what a disgrace. What an absolute disgusting disgrace. And some were Republicans immediately. This is why they suck. And that they do not have the best interest of this country at heart, because they don't want to get to the bottom of this. They don't want it to stop. They sincerely do not want anything to change. They're happy. The ones in the halls of power who are being fed at the blood-soaked teat of the NRA, they're happy to let it continue. I'm just going to lower this because we don't really need it tonight. So, because money in politics, money is the point. There is no other reason for some Americans, I suppose, to get out of bed in the morning except to feed their selfishness and greed. And now, so earlier today, I don't know if you guys know. Oh shit, I just shut the freaking TV off. I'll put the thing back on. Just hit the button by accident. And so Mike Malloy has COVID. He's okay, everyone. So far, so good. He has mild symptoms. And Robin Kincaid filled in for Mike. And we pre-recorded the show earlier, so the show will be on soon. And you can catch it on the podcast and whatnot. So don't tune away. But we were talking about 4th of July and how, well, I was here in Queens, New York, and I was discussing how it's kind of annoying. I mean, I'm just sharing. I wasn't in a massacre. I wasn't I wasn't at the parade where people were murdered. But people, there's a guy who lives, I think you guys, I've probably shared about this here before, because it's happened while we're on the air. It's not even during the 4th of July. There's a guy who lives across the street. I don't know him. I just hear his handiwork. He must have some kind of fetish for fireworks. He just blows them up all year round. He must get them and then test them or something, but it doesn't matter. He'll blow them up in the middle of the night. And I suppose he does that because it's illegal. It's illegal to have fireworks in New York. And that's why they have a big goddamn show. So there really is no need for people to, I mean, this is the most pathetic thing. Last night, so I live on the 7th floor. My windows face the city, and that's probably one of the best things about this apartment, I have to say, is the view. It's incredible at night, especially when it's all the lights of the city. You see them all, and it's beautiful. And I have an incredible view of the fireworks too that go off. And every year, it's like I have a front row seat to the fireworks. So they go on for like 30 minutes, and then you have this fucking idiot down on the street or wherever he is on a roof, like bing bing, like setting off fireworks. Is like, no one needs you. No one needs some rando. There's $1 million display going on right now. We don't need you like boom 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 making a boom boom, and all it does is upset it upsets my animals, and then on that Neighbors app or Nextdoor app or whatever, people were sharing like, what's going on? Because I guess I'm not the only one annoyed by it. The people were sharing how their animals were hiding under beds and shaking, and that's what was happening. Especially Ray, he's traumatized from his life on the street. And it's really friggin' annoying, and it goes on until 2 a.m. Somebody said that I fell asleep, but somebody was like, it was going on until 4 a.m. And so anyway, the point of this, I know I sound like an old curmudgeon, but maybe a little bit, but it's kind of ridiculous. And because people were like, stop with this bullshit fireworks. Nobody needs your bullshit little boom booms. And others were like, it's the 4th of July. Basically, it was like, suck it up, crybaby. This is the overarching theme, I suppose, in America now. It's forget being a neighbor or being a good citizen. It's I got mine. I'm doing what I want to do. F you. If I want to make a boom boom, if I want to upset the neighborhood or not give a shit, I mean, God help the poor squirrels and pigeons out there. They're probably still in therapy today, thinking about that whatever the hell was going on out there. And it's to me, I mean, this is the bigger. It's the bigger picture that we don't give a shit about each other in the most minute, simplest ways. Where, you know, why not go out there and start your power drills? You know, start your fucking chainsaw. You know, because it's equivalent to that. But that's fine. Okay, so people were venting. This is bullshit. You know, cut the shit with the fireworks. And but others were like, "Oh, it's your animals will be fine," as if they know. You know what I mean? One actually, it's been posted. Someone's dog ran away in the middle of the fireworks. They were so upset. So they put posters up. Yeah, I mean, it's like, who fucking needs this shit? But others, the whole point is, besides me just venting and being an old curmudgeon, is that, come on. That is the spirit of the 4th of July? Be a dick. Be an asshole. Make a boom boom because you can. And even though it is illegal, like I said, in New York to have your private fireworks, that's why they have a fucking whole $1 million show. No one needs your bullshit. You're just annoying, but maybe that's the point. You know what I mean? Maybe that is the point. And I won't be surprised if, as we're doing the show tonight, you'll hear it. I'm sure he'll start any minute. It's like, boom, boom. He's like right across the street. I've never seen the guy. I only hear his stupid boom booms. But anyway, it's the bigger picture is, what the fuck is wrong with us? How are we supposed to have a functioning society? It's selfishness is the only American value. Don't think about anybody else. Don't think about your neighbors. Don't think about your fellow Americans. If you want to make a boom boom, everybody else has to suck it up. Right? And if you say something, oh, suck it up, snowflake, suck it up. That's not, forget American. It's not patriotic. It's not human. You know, it is not human to be a selfish piece of shit. We go into it. We are interdependent. Our interdependence as a species goes back millions of years. When we were Homo erectus, the first evidence of humans, or pre-humans, obviously at that point, taking care of each other, can be found 1 million years ago. So we're a creature who couldn't exist on their own was clearly and obviously cared for by our prehistoric ancestors. And you can't muster that. You can't. But we're in this together, whether they like it or not. And this selfishness shit is tired. I'm sick of it. I'm very sick of it. And this and beyond that, there's other things I guess I could share. I had my therapy this morning, so I guess I didn't get it all out of my system. But and that's what I was talking with Rob, and we were talking about how I'm just tired of. Oh, the other thing, what happened on that? I've been talking about this fucking app a lot, but I'm sharing what's happening in my life. That's all. And you know what? Here's what it is. Republicans, and we'll get into the shooting. We'll get into Giuliani being a filthy liar. We'll get into the Trumpanzees who are leaving, caught in the act of being themselves on Adam Kinzinger's answering machine. And Kristi Noem and the Republicans forcing a 10-year-old to travel to another state in order to have a safe abortion after being raped. I mean, these people are sick. And the point is, okay, here, it will make sense in a minute. Maybe, or maybe not. If it doesn't make sense, become a patron and it'll clear up better. But at patreon.com/TaraDevil. So anyway, okay. Someone posted, this is what I was saying I was talking with Robin earlier. Every time, this is what I can't stand Republicans. Everywhere you look, right? You have to be, it's like toddlers who can't help themselves. Toddlers, when you take them out sometimes and they don't get a toy or something, they poop their diapers, they have a tantrum. Somehow they need attention. And that's how it feels with Republicans. No matter what happens, and they are clearly propagandized beyond reason at this point because they're full of shit. That's the other thing. If you're going to be irritating at every given opportunity and inflict your agenda or your opinion on everything, then at least be correct. So someone got robbed, all right? So on the, supposedly, whatever, on the app, someone was like, oh, there was a robbery on whatever street, a cabbie was robbed by gunpoint. This is what they said. This is what, who knows? I didn't do the research. And so, of course, the right-wingers, people are like, oh, that's terrible, The fact is, crime is up all over the country. Most especially in the red states. That's just the fucking fact. All right? I didn't make it up. There's plenty of research, but it doesn't stop the Republicans from spreading the lie. And so this is a progressive town, obviously, New York. I live in a progressive community. AOC is our representative. And but it doesn't stop the Republicans. They're like, keep voting for progressives. You keep voting Democrat Party, and how that grates on me like a rake on a chalkboard. All right, but what else grates on me is this. It's constantly being abused by these fuckers, and I'm sick of it, and not fighting back. So people see Democrats. This is the problem with Democrats. They think, and I'm over it now, but they think that if you ignore it, it will go away, and obviously that's not working. You have to address it. You have to address these fascist lies wherever they peak up. Wherever they stick their filthy fascist heads up from the sewer, you have to address it, because they're not gonna change otherwise. They're not gonna know any better. So somebody posts, oh well, because somebody got robbed. Apparently, of course, that's all. I don't know. No, there was no link posted. They're like, here's it's hearsay. Some cabbie got robbed by gunpoint. Well. And I posted, so people were like, keep voting. Some people, not everybody. Keep voting Democrat Party. And and I was like, okay, obviously you're a Fox News viewer / victim. I can tell by the Democrat Party thing. That's sort of like a gang sign that you all throw up to recognize each other in the wild or something. But the fact is, crime is up all over the country, and here's the receipts. Boom, 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 link after link after link. And it doesn't matter, though. They're like, what are you saying? Here's, then they post some shit from, like, Newsmax, and so then some fucker, like, comes after me. You are being very disrespectful. Okay? I'm sick of it. I'm being disrespectful. I'm responding to these pricks who can't even talk, they can't even say the name of the goddamn party, and spreading lies. You understand? We can't let it lay there like a rotten egg stinking up the place. It has to be addressed. I don't give a shit. So I address it. I mean, it drives me insane. But I am of the opinion that it has, even on the stupid apps that we find ourselves on during the day, the stupid social media app, even on the goddamn next door neighbors, whatever the fuck app, you have to address it, because then maybe they will learn a little bit. Maybe they'll think twice about being a dumbass. Who knows? But at least we will not be, victims. Like we won't allow them to abuse us. So without a response. Because that's what it feels like. So most people are just like, I don't even want to get into it. You know these fuckers. But that's how they are emboldened. They think and they really are. They don't know how to behave. That's the bottom line. And they spread bullshit. And one of the things I posted at the end, I said, my father drove a cab in New York City, and this is the God's honest truth, in the 1950s. And he told me and us, it was one of the stories he told about being held up at gunpoint in the 1950s. So it's hard to believe, right, that crime existed before some progressives were even born. But everything that happens, they twist it. They manipulate it. It's like the Nazis and the eternal Jew, quote unquote, and the communists, which were interchangeable, of course, at the time. But this is what they do, and it can't be allowed to just not to be addressed. I don't know how you guys feel. But that's how I believe. I mean, that's what I think. And because everybody, you know what it is? It feels like everyone expects the Republicans to be emotionally stunted children. I mean, no offense to children, because if you're a normal person, you started out as a child and you grew up into a normal person. So, like, they have a choice. These people they're stunted. There's something wrong with them. And case in point, for example, okay, the 4th of July shooting, the latest shooting, the next. It's not the first, it's not the last, it's the next shooting, and there will be another one. Who will it be? It's a Russian roulette. You spin the wheel. If you're lucky or not, only God knows. If that's what the Republicans. That's their they're so soothing, because they're spreading their God has a plan. This is how they address it: thoughts, prayers, and God has a plan. Because you can't do nothing about it. The United States is the only country that has to endure this bullshit. A well-regulated militia. And and we know that that's another thing that grates on me like a rake on a chalkboard, the whole Second Amendment, for the part where they forget the qualifier that a well-regulated militia, they just go right to the last part. The right for the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Yet there's a whole first part of that sentence. It's only one sentence. It's not a big long-ass thing. A well-regulated militia. It's right there. Well-regulated. Well-fucking-regulated. And I'm sick of it. I guess that's what happened. The well-regulated militia of one brought the freedom to the July 4th parade. And so it was actually Robin Kincaid who, when we were talking one day, she was saying how That's how we should present it. Whenever there's a shooting, and we'll say, hey, another well-regulated militia strikes again. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll start sinking in. But who knows? It won't sink into some very disgusting people on both sides, of course, right? The Democrats have their problems. The Republicans are an absolutely disgusting lost cause. But, yeah, we have Kyrsten Sinema. She of the malignant narcissist fame, I suppose. She I don't know, does she have some kind of deal with Politico or something? Look at this article that made me want to puke. How a centrist, a liberal, and two conservatives achieved a 4-part harmony on guns. And then there's a picture of that bitch, of that basic bitch. What did they do? Nothing. Did they stop the well-regulated militia from murdering people at the July 4th parade? No. And she's already said that she will, of course, do nothing about the filibuster. The filibuster, to her, is sacrosanct. She believes, and it's only because she's being paid. She's a very well-paid basic bitch. And I don't know. We have so many problems in this country. One of them, and I get the frustration, because some progressives are like, the only remedy Democrats have is elect more Democrats, right? But what else do we have at this point? What else can we do? It's not just Democrats. We have to elect it. I mean, if we are stuck with this system at this point, and we are stuck with the corruption of money in politics, what can we do? Short of doing something like what the filthy fascists did on January 6th with their con man, that will never happen. That will never work anyway. So, in my opinion, maybe I'm just footloose and fancy free, but I believe that we must elect more Democrats. I mean, I don't know. It does feel a little bit like hitting yourself in the head with a hammer to cure a headache. And those who are in recovery know that sentence. So, but because some Democrats, I mean, obviously are part of the problem. People elected Kyrsten Sinema, but they didn't know that she was a lying narcissist. She had them fooled. She ran as a progressive. So you can only take somebody at their word until they show you otherwise. And she needs to be nullified. If we had actual strong progressives in the Senate and in the House, she would be nullified. She and Joe Manchin and and others and the rest. So, and she's already said, so as far as abortion, she supposedly, I mean, I really hate Kyrsten Sinema. I hate her. She, I mean, if hate could power a, I don't know, a power plant, this whole city would be set. If my hate could let it, I don't know, if we could harness it somehow. But Kyrsten Sinema from Politico, from Newsweek, they've already reported that she's told everyone, she made the announcement, she will not touch that sacrosanct filibuster to do anything to prevent women from dying in back alleys. Right? She won't do anything. She won't change a Senate fucking rule that was used to keep people, to destroy progress. It's used like an albatross around our national necks. It's not in the Constitution. It's anti-democratic. It's anti-American at this point. It is useless. You don't have to throw the whole goddamn thing out. Just throw it out on abortion then. Okay? Throw it out on voting rights. Lower it. You need 55. You need 54. No, what is this bullshit about 60 fucking senators? And when John McCain was alive, it used to drive. It was like grating on my soul every time he would spread the lie that the filibuster was somehow something that the founders crafted purposefully to ensure debate and bipartisanship. That is bullshit, because the founders warned against factions. There was no filibuster. This thing just came into being by accident, and it was used primarily to stop progress, to stop the Voting Rights Act, to stop the Civil Rights Act. When was it used to encourage bipartisanship or encourage comedy between ITY, not comedy, between the senators? It was never. Give me an example. It's only been used like to constipate the country. It's been used to inflict the tyranny of the minority on us. And I'm sick of the assholes all over who are emboldened all over social media. Democrat. Don't vote Democrat Party. Fuck you. I'm sick of this shit too. I'm sick of the tyranny of the minority, because that's what they do. This is why. It's all related. The assholes on the stupid apps who think they're getting their information. They think they have a legitimate place, an equal measure. No, they don't. They are a minority. They need to be a minority. Look at what they do. They're not interested in the majority. They don't care what the majority of Americans want. That they don't care that the majority of Americans are not backwards assholes who are pining for Jesus as their health care. The majority of Americans understand. Normal Americans want progress. They want equal rights, civil rights, the ability to vote without having some Nazi screaming in your face, or to jump through hoops that they just set up now to stop doing nothing, to address this phantom menace that doesn't exist. This is what Republicans do. They waste our time constantly. We have so many actual problems to address, right? But they are insincere. They don't come to the table to work. Like, fuck you, Kristen Sinema. They're not there to come to some kind of bipartisan bullshit, because whatever bipartisan shit you're coming up with sucks. And you better believe it. When it's like Obama, when we were trying to pass the ACA, right? What did he do? He invited. We know what needs to happen in this country. Everything else is bullshit. We know we need to have universal health care. We know we need Medicare for all. And then the Republicans complain that Obamacare is how many fucking pages because they're infants and they can't read. Right? Remember that? How, it's 100,000 pages long. Well, it's only that long. It only has to be that many pages because they're trying to keep this corrupt system intact. They're trying to do everything but fix the fucking system, make it less disgusting, throw a little bit of, humanity on the situation. But we know it needs to happen. They don't like long bills. All it had to do was it had to be a page long. Medicare for all. Right? But you know what I'm saying. They have to do everything that Republicans bring to the table is what destroys the actual policy that might work. They're not coming to the table with ideas. They're coming to the table with booby traps. If they were sincerely trying to help this country, we know there's a worldwide problem with inflation and gas, and people are strapped and trying to get through the day and all that shit. Well, there were ways we could address it, but they block it. They block the price gouging bills, and don't even start. Let's not even get started with the fact that they do nothing about that to release us from the grip of foreign oil or even oil in general. We wouldn't have to have this problem. But that's the other thing. Oh, hold on. I need a drink. Coffee. I'm losing my voice. So, I was watching Morning Joe, and they were lamenting. This happens a lot now. I'm sure you've seen it too. The corporate media lamenting the divided country. And yeah, lament away. But they're like, how do we fix this divided country? How do we, and it was all in context. They were talking about the shooting, the well-regulated militia on the loose at the July 4th parade. But they were saying what do we do about our divided country? And just saying how, well, everybody is going on the internet, and that they go into their camps, and this is all true, but not a single one of the corporate media pundits talked about the fact that the reason we are, in my opinion, it's not just my opinion, it is, they've done studies to back this up, that what divided the country is the corporate media. The Telecommunications Act. The corporate media is the byproduct of the Telecommunications Act of 96. But not a single freaking corporate media pundit will ever talk about that. They will never discuss that. They will, as they lament the division. And we talk about it here, of course, but this is just a little dinky podcast. And it's like, but this is what happened. This is why we are swirling the bowl. The problems will not be addressed because too many people are getting paid. It's not in their economic, selfish interest to actually fix the problems we have. If the people in the halls of power, if I'm talking about the corporate media CEOs, if they were actual patriots and not just selfish bastards who, want to glom it all up while they can, this blip of time on Earth, they don't give a shit about their fellow Americans. They don't give a shit about their country or any person that ever died for democracy. They want theirs. So they'll nibble around the edges. They're not going to, if they really were patriots, and they're not stupid. They know that this country, in order to have a functioning democracy, needs, you need certain ingredients to have. It's like anything. Like you want to make a cake, it needs whatever, certain ingredients, right? You don't start throwing salt in the cake instead of sugar or whatever, because you will get a different and disgusting thing to eat. You don't want to, but if you want a democracy, there are certain things, certain ingredients that are required. One is a free and fair press that's not coming from the just one point of view. The point of view, of course, we have the Fox News fascists, and then we have the greed-centered ghosts of the Gilded Age. They might be a little more, I don't know, I guess less fascist, less offensive, less racist, but they still have an agenda to make themselves rich, incredibly rich, while all of us out here fight each other over the scraps and go on the friggin' Neighbors app talking about Democrat Party. You know? It's so tedious to me. Because, I mean, when is it enough? When is it enough? When will these executives have enough? You know, will they ever be happy? When will it? How much blood and death and division, and how many Nazis have to be marching down the streets in their fucking masks? How much is enough to stop? To just be like, enough is enough. We don't need this. Enough. I mean, of course, that's not how it works, but we are so far down. It's not even the rabbit hole. We're like drowning. This country is, and the whole world knows it, in big, big trouble. I do wish they would listen to me, listen to Tarabuster, but not just listen to the show, but I mean, just be a fucking patriot. Do something that isn't greed-centered for a minute. Try to add to your country and community. Try to honor the sacrifices of all those who died for this thing by not being a selfish, lie-spreading ghoul. And maybe we could. That's a start. The NRA. I mean, everywhere you look, it is blood, death, dead children, decimated children, over over the community, over anything that is actually worth living for. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that's true. Haiku on the chat says, one day Republicans will complain that we didn't tell them how bad climate change was going to be. You're absolutely right. Because they never take responsibility. The party of personal responsibility, just like we're seeing now. It only sticks to that motto when they're trying to deny somebody health care, or a hot lunch program, or retirement security, or living wages. Then we have to hear the fucking lectures about the party of personal responsibility. Everything they touch, they destroy. And let me tell you right now, speaking of these friggin' dumbass apps and whatnot, after this illegitimate Supreme Court rolled back the 100-year law. So for 100 years, just like what John Roberts did to the Voting Rights Act. Like, nobody was asking these filthy scumbags to take a shit on this community. And, well, not just take a shit, but they were unleash death, more death. But they did it anyway because of freedom, supposedly. Nobody was asking them to do it. But they overturned, because all of a sudden, what a coincidence, these illegitimate, not even these fascist, dishonorable thugs who Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch invited to a coup and they accepted, Unlike some of the Republicans who are being lionized, right? That's how it has to be presented, because that's what they did. Moscow Mitch was like, hey, Amy Coney Barrett, put down your handmaid outfit for a second. Put down your list of things you need to run by your husband, list of actions you want to ask him for that you can take. And come on and dance on Ruth Bader Ginsburg's grave. You don't even have to dance on her grave. Dance on her corpse, because she's not in the ground yet. She just died. The fucker died like 2 days ago. And we're going to shove your stinking animated corpse up there. And we'll tell you, we'll move your mouth and tell you what to do and say, just like you do in the cult you're in, People of Praise. But they invited her, and I Like Beer Brett, the sexual predator, and the dishonorable Neil Gorsuch. Nobody was asking them to turn New York City into Dodge City, but they did it. I don't know. They unleashed everybody's now a well-regulated militia of one. So people on that fucking app, I got to put that app down, I guess. They were like, somebody said, not everybody. See, this is what I'm talking about. Because most people here are normal. I'm lucky. I live in a community where there are mostly normal people. Of course, there are fascists and Trumpanzees all around in every community. But somebody wrote on that fucking thing, hallelujah, the Supreme Court just ruled in favor of the Second Amendment. We can all have our guns for safety. And some bitch was like, I'm going to get my gun now or something. I'm going to apply. And like, this is what we need, right? We need this. So when somebody has a little bit of an altercation, I don't know. We live in a crowded city. Somebody steps on your toe on the subway, shoot them. Take out your well-regulated militia of one firearm and shoot them dead. So, but this is what I'm saying. The Supreme Court ruled that we in favor of the Second Amendment. And so some other people were like, yay. A very limited minority. I think it was like 2 people were like, yay. And everybody else ignored it. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, we allow them to be like, we are everywhere. No, you're not. And because people don't want to get into arguments with these freaks, because as soon as you do, it's like typical bullies. As soon as you bop them in the nose, they're like, wah, wah, wah. I'm going to report you for being for hurting my feelings. And yet, that's how they get away with everything. I don't know. Am I rambling? I guess I am a little bit. This is what it's like. What do you think my therapist thinks of this shit? This is like therapy. This is like me in therapy for 2 hours here. And there's the producer. He's producing what he likes, being asleep. Hello, honey. Here's your banana. He's a cute guy. He likes that banana a lot. It's got catnip in it. All right. Yeah, we're all over the place. Yes. Let me see. Haiku says, so do courts, post office, and national parks have to allow concealed weapons now? Well, according to the governor and the mayor, they're reviewing the law. So they immediately came out with a statement saying, you think you're going to walk around with a gun in New York City, you have another thing coming. So nothing has changed. So fuck you. And in that they said, I added the FU, but that's what they were saying. And they will be reviewing the law, which is bullshit. Like, who are these goddamn illegitimate scumbags? They don't make law. Like, they're the king. You know what I mean? All the kings and queens of America now. They can just decree that, oh, New York City isn't a special place where people don't have right. This is what they were saying in their stupid justification. And once again, neglecting the whole well-regulated militia part. I don't even think there was a well-regulated militia in the entire ruling. They didn't talk about it at all. So I don't get it. I don't understand how it's allowed to continue, where people are just like, what are you talking about? Where's the I mean, how do you just you want to masturbate on the you want to use the Second Amendment like lube, and but you conveniently edit it to your. I mean, but this is what they do. Fixing the facts around the policy because they're not capable of functioning in a free democratic society. And you notice, they hate the Second Amendment. They really do. They want to transform this country into a sick. I woke him up, didn't I? Shit. Into a society that they feel comfortable in their smallness and their cowardice. And unfortunately for them, that's not this country. And I guess it's unfortunately for us until we fight back legally and peacefully. But still, enough is enough. Yeah. Oh, here he is. Why did I do that? Why? Honey. Why did I do that? I specifically did not put him in the bedroom because he was sleeping so peacefully, and there I go and wake him up. Right? Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. That's an order. Yes. No, yes. Sit and go to sleep now. Yeah, little bastard. Isn't he cute though? Fuck off. All right, don't look at him. Everybody just don't look at him. I miss, here. You know what I want to, did you see that Giuliani was on Staten Island? This is a couple of days ago. He was on Staten Island, my old hometown, the scene of the crime, that's where I grew up. And he was there and having a campaign event for his son, who was trounced almost to, embarrassingly. I felt embarrassed for him, frankly. He was so decimated by the electorate. Nobody wants Giuliani. It's over, honey. It's over, booby. And because they are professional victims and they're liars, and Giuliani, as far as I know, I think we were talking about this on the last show, everybody's like, what happened to this guy? Apparently people who've known him his entire life, they say nothing happened to him. This is him. He has always been this guy, except I guess he's been able to hide it better. And now that he's older, he's having it's slipping. It is slipping. So here we go. Where is it? Giuliani. So Giuliani was doing a campaign event on Staten Island, and somebody, here it is. I'm going to have to play it off of the computer here. All right. So there's Giuliani. Guys, I don't know if you can see him. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I gotta get rid of this. Boom, biddy doom. There's my whole damn computer. Where is my eCam? Okay, we'll get this. I'm trying to turn off the lower third. Get some more room here. What the fuck happened to it? Did I lose it? Sorry, guys. Oh, there's Lauren Boebert, banned from the bowling alley. What a disgusting bitch she is. Yes. Liz Cheney being an America-hating, woman-hating ghoul, of course. Crying about sending women into back alleys. Hold on. Oh, and thank you. While I'm looking for this, I want to say, before we continue, I forgot. I am very sorry, Jim. Thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Right out of the gate, I saw it come in, and I apologize for not recognizing it immediately and giving you the accolades you deserve. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. And also thank you for being a moderator, Jim. Double duty in the chat room. And Haiku, thank you so much as well for being a moderator in the Tarabuster chat room at youtube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster. All right, let me find this stupid damn article. What the fuck? I swear, I do prepare. It's just me, though, riding this. I'm riding this goddamn crazy train. I guess maybe that's part of the fun of Tarabus. I tell myself. All right, here we go. I didn't have time to grab it off the screen. That's why I'm stumbling around here. I figured it was more important to start the show. Here we go. So, let's see. So Giuliani and the right-wing media went nuts. So here he is. They're talking. There's Giuliani. You see his back is to us. He's center frame. So whoa! Whoa! Do you see that? A lady walked by and tapped him on the back. Let's watch that again. He's talking, blah, blah. Hi there. Hey. That's it. That was the slap that went around the world, I guess. Incredible. Now, nothing happened. It was some woman walked by and said, "Hey, Giuliani, hey." Touched his back. Unless he's got severe brittle bone disease or something. Incredible. Look at the headline. Rudy Giuliani slapped by worker angry over abortion ruling at Staten Island supermarket. He's not slapped. And then they are shame. Listen to the New York Post. Shamelessness. Because they are confident that the majority of Republicans don't read anything. They don't dig deep. Or they don't dig deep. They don't even, I mean, that's what she said, but they don't read the articles. They don't read. They just read the headline. And there are, on other shows, we've shown examples of this, how disingenuous the right-wingers are. They really are. The way they write these headlines, they do it deliberately, and they twist the actual, not just meaning, but the truth of the stories that they are shoving down the fascist and easily led throats of their victims / viewers. Rudy Giuliani, is there a retraction of this story? No. This is Rupert Murdoch's pus bag yet again. And that's another thing. I mean, going back to the app, I guess I'm processing it. I'm processing my feelings of encountering fascists everywhere I go. Even on an app that's supposed to that prides itself on civility. They don't know how to behave, okay? But the filthy New York Post. This is part of Rupert Murdoch's pustule empire of propaganda. And it's not alone, though. As soon as this headline, it was all over. It was all over Twitter how Rudy Giuliani was slapped. Just like how the 4th of July parade with this Trumpanzee gone wild, obviously a very sick person. That's why it doesn't matter what came first, the sickness, the mental illness, or the Trumpanzee-ism. It's who is attracted to the Trumpanzee-ism. They attract the worst human beings, the worst wastes of human DNA, Nazis, racists, of course I'll repeat myself, incels, closet cases, misogynists, freaks, geeks, greed-centered ghosts of the Gilded Age, the German-American Bund. And here, I'll do a search right now. Right now. Let's do it. Rudy Giuliani. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Rudy Giuliani slapped. Oh, of course, tonight the subpoenas went out. Grand jury subpoenas Giuliani. Isn't that great? That's fun. That's going to be fun. The grand jury subpoenaed Giuliani, Lindsey Graham, and John Eastman. That's going to be fun. Yay! Yay! Okay. Rudy Giuliani slapped. Okay. Video, here it is. ABC. It gets picked up here. Video shows Rudy Giuliani slapped on the back inside Staten Island, what? Staten Island supermarket. And the headline is employee arrested. Staten Island, New York. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani spoke out on Monday after he was slapped on the back while grocery shopping over the weekend in an incident that was caught on surveillance video. They should apologize to that person. Slapped on the back. Because Giuliani, because he's a attention-seeking lying fascist, probably was like, arrest that person. He just slapped me, or she just slapped me. Was it a man? I don't know. ShopRite employee, 39-year-old Daniel Gill, was arrested and initially charged with second-degree assault. That's second-degree assault. Look, let's watch it again. Oh, God. Hey, he's talking about it. Come on. Don't.
He's running in the Republican primary for governor of New York, but the son of Rudy Giuliani is not getting a lot of attention until yesterday. That's when a worker at a store on Staten Island patted the back of the candidate's father, the former mayor of New York, it happens, and he was arrested, the worker was. The worker's facing now a misdemeanor charge. Rudy Giuliani wants him imprisoned, and Andrew Giuliani, the candidate, says left-wingers will not intimidate him.
Unbelievable!
It was the slap or pat on the back heard around Staten Island. That's former Mayor Rudy Giuliani yesterday in a ShopRite being smacked or tapped by a store employee.
Smacked or tapped.
I got hit on the back as if a boulder hit me. It knocked me forward a step or two.
Nothing but a lie.
It didn't knock me down.
You fucking lying scumbag.
Tremendously.
It
And
hurt
all of a sudden, I heard
tremendously.
someone,
It hurt tremendously. These effing snowflakes have to be stopped. Oh, I'm all for snowflakes. I like snowflakes. In fact, when they call us snowflakes, I'm like, yeah, we are snowflakes. Liberals. We're we're beautiful, we're different, and when we get together, we can move fucking mountains. We could shut shit down. Okay, but these people, of course, are nothing but liars. And the fact is, we have video now. If Giuliani was slapped on the back and actually hurt like that, we would all condemn it. It's unnecessary. We don't do that. Liberals don't do that. Because it is counterproductive. But somebody walks by and pats him on the back and he wants the guy in prison. Where the fuck do we live? Do you understand how fascist that is? How Nazi that is? It's beyond. I mean, of course, we're laughing at it because it's ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as Giuliani's hair dye dripping down his face. It's as pathetic and telling as that. But the fact that he goes on a media blitz then, because no one is paying attention. Everybody knows that Andrew Giuliani needs to go away. No one in New York, we don't like him. We don't want him. New York is over the Giuliani thing. Just like we know Trump. We knew Trump as a carnival barking con man. And to know him is to hate him. But this is out of some kind of dystopian nightmare where, I mean, okay, you put your hand on somebody's back. It's not like this person grabbed his ass, didn't push him, just tapped him on the back. And Giuliani goes all over fascist media, helped and aided by propaganda headlines, and it's blown out of the proportion beyond reason. It's to the point of ridiculousness. But then again, they get away with it, right? They're allowed to behave like this. So instead of addressing the actual problems we have on the planet, in New York, where everybody's got to stop and look at the toddler having a tantrum. Look at me, right, Giuliani? Someone hit me. This is a false report. But the media, the corporate media, what is ABC News doing with a headline like this? Video shows Rudy Giuliani slapped on the back inside a Staten Island. An employee arrested. Is that the kind of headline that's productive? It should be, where the fuck do we live? Employee arrested? Question mark. Why is this employee arrested? Why did he touched his natural sovereign lord? That we're not supposed to, because we're the unwashed masses. We don't dare enter the sacrosanct body of a tax he's not the tax, well, I guess he could be a tax cheating, but of a minion of a tax cheating, draft dodging con man. Look at this guy.
Knocked me down, but it hurt tremendously.
It hurt tremendously.
And all of a sudden, I heard someone yell at me something I can't repeat.
It hurt tremendously. Anybody ever get hurt tremendously? I've been hurt tremendously. I mean, not just emotionally. That goes without saying. I broke my leg once, and I have screws in my leg. It had to be put back together. I had to have an operation. I always think about if this were 100 years ago, I'd probably be a cripple. But I was at a picnic. I used to work for Staten Island Community Television back in the day when I was a young person. And not that I'm not young now, but you know what I'm saying. Life goes on. And we were playing, it was a company picnic. I was playing softball with the rest of the company. There was a hole in the ground. I was running for a base. My foot got caught. and it twisted me in a weird position, and my leg broke right there, and that was excruciating pain. So when you are in excruciating pain, you don't just stand there like, oh, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? If somebody hits you in the back and you're in excruciating pain, you're just like, hey, yo, what's up, guys? And notice the reaction of everyone around him. Nobody's like, oh my God, call 911. Do you need nobody is performing any kind of first aid or helping him. He's hit on his words. He was hit in the back by a boulder, what felt like a boulder. But absolutely none of the Republicans around him, or whoever they are, nobody reacts. Is that what happens when if you're having a conversation in a circle and then suddenly someone is attacked? No one, zero people have zero reaction? I'm so sick of it, guys. Are you sick of this shit? Are you sick of them yet? The antics, the bullshit. We have real fucking issues, and they don't want to address these issues, not sincerely. Every country, every day, it's part of being alive. We have problems that we need to address. Sometimes it's just the way it is. It's bad timing. You come out of the worldwide deadly pandemic, and there are supply chain issues, and there's a war happening in Ukraine, and there's other, there's issues that affect inflation around the world because people are now coming out of their homes, and there's demand building up, but there's not enough supply. So inflation is rising. Our gas prices, coupled with corporate greed and the fact that there's a war and the supply chain issues. So there's gas. Gas is higher because, of course, like we said, last time a barrel of gas cost what it costs now, gas prices were $2 lower, but, greed. So all this stuff is happening. It's not just that. Of course, we have climate change. We have issues we need to, of course, voting. We have to fix the fascists fix the problems that they've inflicted on us. But no, they have no interest in sincerely and legitimately working together to advance our country, to advance the interests of the American people, to move our country forward as a more perfect union. They see the division in this country, and they exacerbate it. They do nothing to make it better. They don't even care. They see the dead children, and they want more. They see that women, if they hate abortion, they see that abortions do not go down when you make it illegal. All you do is kill women. So that's what they do. And then they lie. They have no interest in actually, legitimately, sincerely coming together with their fellow Americans and building and working on a society that works for all. And sometimes, you make mistakes. It's like what FDR said, do something. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. But for God's sake, at least we do something. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's the way it is, right? That's truth. Let's try something. Let's do something. Let's try this policy for the betterment of our people. And if it doesn't work, we'll get rid of it. We'll do something else. But what do Republicans do? They stand in the way. They're too busy making shit up. Like with the 4th of July shooter, a Trumpanzee, a walking red flag. That's for sure. That fucker walks into a gun store and buys a legal gun. And recently, I don't know when it was, a few days ago, maybe a week ago, when that one of these Republicans that was part of this bullshit bipartisan gun bill, which does nothing, really, except give Republicans something to hide behind, as if they're doing something. But it was in Texas. That's right. The freaking voters, so-called, the fascists in Texas, were screaming at him, "No red flag laws! No red flag laws!" And now they're siding with lunatics. Lunatics should be armed, they're screaming. They do nothing. They don't bring anything to the table. God damn it. Worse than that, if they were only just albatrosses, I mean, I don't even know. If they were only just horrible at working with the already horrible things that go on, but they got to add more horror. They got to add lies to it. It's not good enough for them. The regular average bullshit happening isn't good enough for them to exploit. So they got to make shit up. They got to add more. I mean, come on. But will he get away with it? The rest of the corporate media. Here, let's just continue with this. But
about what I am. Curse words, dirty curse words.
Oh, dirty curse words, dirty words. No one ever spoke so atrociously.
Words that came out of 39-year-old Daniel Gill's mouth. What's up, scumbag? Investigators are looking at this video.
Dirty words. What's up, scumbag? Who cares? What's up, scumbag? I'll play for you what the Trumpanzees left on Adam Kinzinger's machine. What's up, scumbag? Honey, to call Giuliani a scumbag is to honor him. That's what the guy, I hope, I don't know if he's been released. He was arrested? That he should sue the fucking city and Giuliani on top of it. But to and this is, I hope he's listening, because here's what you should say when you get in front of the judge. To call Giuliani a scumbag is to honor him. It's to call him something that has utilitarian value. You need a scumbag, right? A scumbag is some place where you put scum. You got scum, you got to clean up, get out the scumbag and put it in the scumbag. I have to ask, what utilitarian value is a Giuliani? What does he do? To call him a scumbag is to give him a promotion. He's worse than the scumbag. He's the scum. He's not even the scumbag. What's the value of scum? What can you do with scum? You can't do anything. You can't sell it. It's not like you can use it to grease the wheels on something, or it's just disgusting. It's scum. You got to get the scumbag and put it in the scumbag and get rid of it. And so, like I said, to call Giuliani a scumbag is a compliment. So it's a step up from scum.
Part of the investigation.
Investigation.
The former mayor says Gill then went on to accuse him of, quote, killing women. Giuliani was on Staten Island campaigning for his son, who was running for governor.
I can tell you there was a witness there that said that it almost knocked her over.
Knocked him
Police
over.
observed the whole videotape, not the little piece shown to you by the dishonest press.
The dishonest press. Watch the whole thing. Okay, let's watch it. The whole thing, yeah. Let's watch it.
Campaigning for his son, who was running for governor.
I can tell you there was a witness there that said that it almost knocked her over.
Oh my God.
The police observed the whole videotape, not the little piece shown to you by the dishonest press.
Where?
And they charged him they upgraded the charge to second-degree assault and felony.
You filthy scum.
Have a good day, guys.
But Gil was released on his own recognizance today after assault, menacing, and harassment charges were downgraded to misdemeanors.
The video is clear. The video is clear that it's not a slap. It's just tap on the back.
Giuliani is 78 years old. He refused medical treatment at the scene.
Yeah, but it's a boulder. It was a boulder hitting him in the back, like the worst pain he ever had, and no one reacted. That's how much they hate his guts, I suppose. They were all like, fuck it. Finally, a boulder. He's lucky it wasn't a bolt of lightning that hit him.
That you attack people because in my case, I'm pro-life.
You're not pro-life. You're a piece of scum. You're scum who hates women and wants them to die in back alleys. You hate life. You hate babies. You hate toddlers, adolescents. You hate prepubescents. You hate teenagers, young adults. You hate middle-aged people. You hate the elderly. You hate all forms of life at all stages.
Personally pro-life.
Giuliani, though, campaigned as an abortion rights supporter when he ran for mayor, and then when he ran for Senate in 2000, and during his 2008 presidential run. This year, he came out in support of overturning Roe v. Wade.
Could you? The all of the energy that had to be expended on that. They had to send a ABC 7 news truck, cops, people, cops had to be paid to go arrest that guy. Courts had to be engaged. Public defenders, you know what I mean? All taxpayer, all on the taxpayer dime. So Giuliani can cry, can really cry wolf. They're shameless, and aren't they embarrassed? We see the video, but the filthy fascist scum are so propagandized that all Giuliani has to say is, well, watch the whole thing, not the small piece that the lying press. Well, we watched it from start to finish. We watched it again and again. I don't see it, and there's nothing. But here's, I don't know, here, let me see something here. Hold on a second. Here's Tara Jr. here, everybody. Giuliani. Ooh, Giuliani. I know, Junior. Okay, where's my articles? Honey. All right, look. Here's Mayor Adams. I'm not a big fan, whatever. He's annoying, even though he's a Democrat. Not that Democrats can't be annoying. But New York City's mayor called on the Staten Island district attorney to investigate, quote unquote, America's mayor, and said he's talking to his police commissioner about a probe of Giuliani's claim that he was assaulted by a politically motivated ShopRite worker. Good. That's what has to happen. If nothing is done, then these fascist fuckers get the message that they can behave like this and waste everybody's time. So from Politico, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City said Tuesday that the former mayor, Rudy Giuliani, should be investigated for filing a false police report after so-called America's mayor apparently made an exaggerated police report about a spat in a Staten Island. It just says spat in Staten Island over the weekend. Giuliani claims an employee at the borough ShopRite assaulted him while he was stumping for his useless son. Surveillance video shows the worker tap Giuliani on the back before chewing out the former mayor. That's not illegal. You know, First Amendment. They love freedom. They love the First Amendment. Only if they can call people the N-word or misgender people or attack people for their identity, and that's why they like the First Amendment. They shove their fake Jesus down our throats, but actual First Amendment, you know, this is why they're full of shit. Remember the old saying, I may not agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. How quaint. How quaint. You know, they think the First Amendment is there for them to be racist. They want to be racist. They want the freedom to be a ugly, racist, anti-American, anti-democratic, anti-e pluribus unum scum. So let's see where. Oh, here it is. Here's the Giuliani claims the employee assaulted him, and surveillance video shows the worker tap Giuliani on the back before chewing out the former mayor. The footage has prompted critics to mock Giuliani because he said, I feel a shot in my back like somebody shot me. I hate them. I effing hate them. You too, Junior? The worker, identified by the Legal Aid Society as Daniel Gill, was charged with felony assault, this is what Nazis do. This is what happens in Nazi societies. You forget, freedom and the Constitution. Some bullshit happens and you throw somebody in a gulag. Yeah, the same people. These are the people that are like, they're gonna throw us in a gulag for being Trump supporters, for wearing our stupid made in China red hats. They're gonna put us in a gulag. This is what's her face? The cultist Ginny Thomas, wife of illegitimate Supreme Court so-called Justice Uncle Clarence Thomas. She was the one spreading that Joe Biden was gonna put everybody in a gulag. Oh, Junior, what's him? He's so cute. Can I tell you what he's doing? You can't see it. He keeps putting his little paw on my hand. Here, will you show them? Maybe? Show everybody what you're doing. I guess it's distracting him. All right. As soon as I put my hand down, I'll do it. I feel like a boulder hit me. Someone needs to remind, and this is what Eric Adams says, someone needs to remind former Mayor Giuliani that falsely reporting a crime is a crime. Adams said at an unrelated press conference on Tuesday. What he stated there was a lot of creativity. And I think the district attorney has the wrong person, that he is investigating the wrong person. When you look at the video, the guy basically walked by and patted him on the back. McMahon, a Democrat and former Congress member, declined through a spokesperson to comment, citing that the case is open and it's an open investigation. Adams called Giuliani's actions irresponsible and said he'd have a conversation with the police commissioner about whether we feel that the crime was falsely reported. And I hope they do. Because this can't be allowed to stand. This cannot be allowed to happen. It's a joke. And he went all over. Where is that? Let's see. None of my stupid movies are playing. Well, anyway, whatever. We'll move on at this point. What's the matter? Stop screaming in my face, Junior. Jesus Christ. All right. I love you, but, you know. Do you like... Nobody likes that, Tara Jr. Nobody likes to be like... Meh, meh. All right. Thank you, Mark, for your super chat. And thank you, Shannon, for your super chat. I can't do it without you. I really can't. Oh, please, stop yelling at me. Meow. I love you, but that's kind of annoying at times. No, I love him. I love him a lot. I love his little face. And his little... But I do have to say, tonight, let's do it again. Let's remind... Oh, what happened? What happened? My Patreon page is not... Oh, there it is. Okay. Tonight's show is brought to us... Why isn't it open? Shut the fuck up. Tonight's show is brought to us by Dutch Khan. Or Kuhn, excuse me. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, but that doesn't mean I don't love you. Thank you, Dutch. I know, right? All right, I'll keep scratching your back. All right, look. Watch this guy. Watch him. Oops. That's my thumb. I got a new camera. It's a little bit harder to control over here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Watch. All right. Enough. Enough is enough. Thank you, Terry Taylor, for your super chat. Oh, Jesus Christ. If I put him... All right, let me see. You know, let's play the... couple of things. Let's play the video or, the recording of what... Talking about... Oh, you're talking about First Amendment. I was attacked. I was verbally abused. Giuliani said, well, here's some real verbal abuse. The Trumpanzees left these messages. I'm sure it's only the tip of the iceberg. And you know the same messages or similar are on Liz Cheney's machine and every other Democrat on the... Not that Liz... You know what I'm saying. And the Democrats on the January 6th committee. Here's what Adam Kinzinger, the voicemails he released. And they are, I know I've been cursing up a storm, but viewer discretion is advised. Hold on. Let's see. It says, keep in mind, all voicemails and phone calls are received by my interns, high school and college level, attempting to learn about the legislative process, which is something, it's sort of like kids attempting to learn in school, and then they encounter Republican policies and maybe or maybe not get out of alive. kids go to a 4th of July parade and they want to live in the fantasy that we're the greatest country on earth and they're waving their little flags. I mean, they're children. And then they have to be put in a dumpster for their own safety because a well-regulated militia is on the loose. So, everywhere you go, Republican policies in action.
I guess I can't say a whole lot more other than I hope you naturally die as quickly as fucking possible, you fucking piece of shit.
You backstabbing son of a bitch. Go get stuck. Y'all know y'all motherfuckers sitting up there like a damn dog.
Hey, you little cocksucker. Gonna come protest in front of your house this weekend. You know who your family is. And we're gonna get you, you little cocksucker.
Sounds like a lot of people who are they have political differences. They all believe in democracy, and they just have different ways. They're conservatives. They have different ideas about how to promote the general welfare. Right? That's it. That's all. They're not. They're totally not racist. They're totally not homophobic and transphobic. They're just total normal people who are emotionally capable of functioning in a free democratic society.
Cocksucking little bastard. Go get your wife. Go get your kids. You little cocksucking bastard.
You son of a bitch. You gave $200 to that black bastard that killed Ashley Babbitt. I hope somebody like him kills your nasty mom or your nasty wife. It's not a threat. It's a hope.
It's not a threat. Well, I hope they get a visit from the Secret Service and the feds. Some federal agency should knock on their doors.
The Lord God Almighty come upon you, your health, your family, your home, your livelihood. And I pray, if it be God's will, that you suffer.
Cock-sucking little bastard. We're going to get you. We know where you live. We're coming to your house. Gonna get you, Mike. You little cock-sucking bastard.
You're the biggest piece of shit politician in the world. Why don't you just fucking leave and go away and shut your fucking mouth, you piece of shit?
Shut your mouth.
You.
And
You're
let Trump... Shut your mouth and let Trump run rampant over our society. Let him squat in the White House again, despite receiving fewer votes. Shut your mouth. You're a traitor. You're, I mean, all the expletives, the racist undertones and overtones. The homophobia. The misogyny.
Horrible garbage fucking person. Fuck you, American piece of garbage.
Knew that this threat that you got
making America great. Just a bunch of patriots making America great again.
You did it, or
you're gonna swing for fucking treason, you communist fuck.
Treason.
Hey, you little cocksucker. Are you Les Cheney's fag hag? You two cock-sucking little bitches. We're gonna get you. Coming to your house, son. Gonna get you and Les Cheney.
You know, as soon as the feds knock on their doors, they're gonna be like, I was only kidding. The tears.
Gonna get you two.
Just
little
a joke. Look how evil they are. They're so disgusting. Do they ever... I'm serious, guys. I want to be wrong about them. But do they ever bring anything to the table? Is there a society, a Republican or conservative society that functions normally for the majority of people? Where people are happy and upwardly mobile and stable and working together and all right, where is there ever been one. Am I missing something? It's like their motto, forget the party of personal responsibility. It should be the beatings will continue until morale improves. And as soon as everyone gets in their natural place, then there will be utopia. The con man at the top at this point, right? They're tax cheating, draft dodging, dictator envying, wannabe dictator with dictator envy, and history of sexual assault, with the fake university, the fake vitamin scam, the serial bankruptcies, the 3 trophy wives, the paid off porn stars, with the telling us all about his underwhelming everything, including his smaller than average dick. I know, that's a little crass. I'm sorry. But that's what Stormy said.
You're leaving because you're a piece of shit, and there's my fucking message for you. You're a fucking Democratic operative.
Well, at least he said Democratic. I got to give him some props for that.
Obama dick suck.
Oh,
fuck
dick suck.
You.
Isn't that nice? That's what you do with your time. You call up a politician who is trying to prevent an anti-democratic fascist coup in this country from a con man who's lying, who received fewer vote both times. The puppet of the world's dictators, who wants to wipe his ass with the Constitution, who hates America, who hates the majority of Americans, who would rather burn this country to the ground so he can be the king of the ashes, to quote or to paraphrase Game of Thrones. Did I say thrones? Thrones. Game of Phones. That should be something.
Fuck everything about you, you motherfucking asshole. Fuck you, you lousy Marxist traitor. You Pelosi cuck. You and Liz Cheney can both go to hell. Fuck you, you big baby. You rotten pile of dog shit. Fuck you, you asshole. Fuck you.
You should release their
I
names.
hope you get terminal cancer, you motherfucking pig. Fuck you, you pig.
The scintillating
asshole.
commentary of a Republican. That's them. I mean, this is who they are. This is their base. And I really do hope that when they knock on these people, so that Adam Kinzinger releases these people's names. When they find out who they are, when they trace their calls and find out who these fucking cowards are, these traitors are, let's get their names. You know, they're so proud. But this is what they bring to the table? Fuck you, you Nancy Pelosi cuck. You traitor. I hope you die. I hope you get cancer. That's their argument. Right? Not, hey, we are the least upwardly mobile of all of the OECD democracies and the Western democracies. We used to be the most upwardly mobile. Now we're the least. 80% of our citizens live paycheck to paycheck. And we want a economically vibrant and upwardly mobile middle class, working class majority, because that's what is required to have a functioning democracy. So how do we get there? Yeah, we're conservatives. We have different ideas how to get there. We have conservative ideas, which all suck, by the way. That's the truth. But let's talk about how we foster and cultivate this economically vibrant, upwardly mobile working class majority. Let's all get together and work on that, right? They can't do that. Here. Let's invite our bipartisan pals in for some bipartisan discussions. You first, Johnny. What do you have to say?
like a damn dog.
Hey, you little cocksucker.
Oh, okay.
Protest in front of your house this weekend.
Well, you know what? I think we should tax the rich, because in order to have a functioning civilization, we need to have we can't have an intergenerational aristocracy. So it's good. Maybe we should let's talk about revising that socialist Eisenhower's 90% top marginal tax rate. That's when the American working class was really the upwardly mobile envy of the world. What say you, my bipartisan compatriot?
We know who your family is, and we're going to get you, you little cocksucker.
Oh, okay. That was scintillating.
Cocksucking little bastard. Gonna get your wife, gonna get your kids.
Oh,
you
okay.
little cocksucking bastard.
You
Wonderful.
son of a bitch. You gave $200 to that black bastard that killed Ashley Babbitt. I hope somebody like him kills your nasty mom or your nasty wife. It's not a threat, it's a hope.
Oh, okay, great. How do we address the issue of climate change? Or anybody? How about you in the back, Republican?
Of the Lord God Almighty come upon you, your health, your family, your home, your livelihood. And I pray, if it be God's will, that you suffer.
Oh, okay. Well, nobody is like pro-abortion or let's have more abortions. So let's make it so the abortion rate actually goes down instead of killing women in back alleys. So what say you, Republican? Well, I think we should do what the studies show us, that economic vibrancy and universal health care, living wages, education, that actually reduces the abortion rate. What do you think over there in the corner, Republican?
Bastard, we're going to get you. We know where you live. We're coming to your house.
Oh, okay.
Gonna get you, Mike. You little cock-sucking bastard.
You're the biggest piece of shit politician in the world.
You see what I'm saying? Of course you do. But you get the point. This is them. They might be. This is what happens when they feel like they're emboldened by the veil or the veneer of anonymity. Because they're inherent cowards, so they think that they can get away with it. And because they're infants, and rather than understand, like, get the help you need, I know we don't have health care in this country, and especially mental health care, even though the Republicans, that's the other thing, they're all crying how the problem with our massacre problem is we have no mental health care. So let's start with universal mental health care. Let's start that from there and go up and go from there. But of course, they're all full of shit. But rather than get the help these people need, because guys, the people who left all of those messages on Adam Kinzinger's machine and on the machines of every Democrat and anybody who isn't a traitor, they're adults. They're actual adults. They probably have kids, some of them. They go to work. They vote. Right? Some of them go to work. I mean, many are on public assistance, but that's just the statistic. And that's fine. Thank you. Thank a liberal. But this is who they are on other levels, on every level. So behind the veil of anonymity, they'll be like, fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm going to kill your wife. I'm going to kill your dog. I'm going to kill your mama. I hope you all die. That's their scintillating discourse. That's their political, hey, let's get some bipartisanship in here. And then you get the likes of Ted Cruz and the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest of them. Lauren banned from the bowling alley Boebert, etc. And they contribute the equivalent of this. It's all different levels, but it's the same message. I hope you die. Fuck you. You are a piece of shit. That's the underlying message in all of their policies. Only them. Freedom for them. Socialist security for them. Civilization for them. Not for the community, not for e pluribus una, voting for them. Not for you, not for me, not for anybody who may vote Democratic. They are incapable of functioning in a free democratic society. Here's another example. They have nothing. They don't have anything in reality to say, hey, you know, when I call politicians, I say to Nancy Pelosi, will you please do me a favor and stop pining for Republicans to take back their party? Stop spreading this lie that the American people need a strong Republican Party that's done so much good for this country when they haven't done a single effing thing for this country, but embarrass us and disgrace us and destroy us without apology, right? They haven't done a thing. What have they done? And even if they've done something, okay, Nixon created the EPA. That's good. Not in my lifetime. I'm saying in my lifetime. What have Republicans done? Nixon created the EPA. Great. Good. Step in the right direction. But my entire life, we've had to, and I've had to, I'll keep it in the me, but watch them destroy it. Watch them turn it into shit. So, well, they have not yet, not 100%, but you know what I'm saying. Every move they make, I've watched them attempt to unravel anything decent in this country, including the social compact and any shred of concern that we might have for each other. They destroy that. What kind of civilization do they think they can foster with a fucking gun massacre every goddamn day? Where do you live? Where do they want us to live? If you think you live in a free society, but you can't go to a goddamn parade? You can't go to a parade. You can't go to a concert. You can't go to a movie, to school, to church, without taking your fucking life to a supermarket. And because they can't, they hate America. They hate it. They hate their fellow Americans, and they have fostered the hate. They've poured gasoline on the worst people in this country, and they've set it on fire. All they do, it's political malpractice, constant tickling the worst aspects in these fucking people, lying to them, just constantly lying and spreading the hate. So everywhere you look, you can't go on the fucking Neighbors app without somebody going, Democrat Party. And we all have to endure their tantrums. We're all supposed to take their abuse. I, for one, have had enough. Has anybody else? How much more are we going to let it go on? How much longer will we take it? They have to be stopped legally and peacefully. They have to be nullified. Their illegitimate minority tyranny has to be nullified. And let that, they don't like living in a free society, in an actual free society. Then stay home. We'll send you your socialist security check. You're welcome. Stay in your basement, go on 4chan, and scream about the N-word while you collect it. Everything decent this country has ever done, it's because of progressives. People who endured and worked in spite of these people, in spite of these Republicans, these conservatives, excuse me. Because there's conservatives on the Democratic side, as we know. This country, on the 4th of July, these Republicans, again and again, waving their flags, their fake-ass patriotism, masturbating into a flag, that's not patriotism. It's progressives. Progressives created this country. And all their flaws. That's what progressivism, is. It takes the current situation and makes a leap forward. That is what the founders did in all of their flaws and hypocrisies. They created a society not emboldened or indebted to a king and an aristocracy. There was nothing more progressive than that. After 2,000 years, while the conservatives pined for their king and stood up, made loyalist militias to kill the colonists and the patriots. So everything we've done, every leap forward, has been in spite of them. And it breaks my heart. I think about the time, that short period of time in the United States, in the American history, the very short American history called the Great Prosperity. Thanks FDR, thanks New Deal, where we had a middle class that was on the ascendancy, a white middle class. The problem that Republicans have is when we expanded or try to expand the franchise of America to everyone, not just white people. This is where they lose their shit. Always. So, we tax the rich. The American people, if you're an actual patriot, understood that we can't have a concentrated wealth aristocracy. We can't have people like fucking Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos jerking off in space. Help us, Elon. Somebody stopped my father from saying anti-trans inhuman bullshit. Help us, Lord and Master. That's not America. You know what I mean? They think that's the way it's supposed to be. You beg a billionaire for some graces, some help me. That's the system the founders overthrew. I'm sick of them. They think they're patriotic because they wear a star and some eagles. They have an eagle. They put a made in China American flag lapel pin on. That's the extent of it. All of the symbols of patriotism, because the substance is so confusing to them. And in fact, it's worse than that. They hate the substance of patriotism. They can't grasp it. What is patriotism? I mean, you think Trump is a patriot? No patriot is a grifter. There's no, I mean, you look at your fellow Americans like marks, right? Not Mark, not our Mark, our millennial correspondent, Mark. or Mark C. from A Radical U. We're talking about, dupes, suckers. That's a patriot? Where's this? I gotta look at these. Let me find this story. I've played it before. There was Trump, what Trump does. He bought one of the stories, we know him here in New York. Trump bought a building, and they're in New York because of laws, there's housing. We would rather have people in houses or in apartments. So there are a certain amount of apartments in every building that they have to be rent-controlled apartments. And I'm trying to find this thing. Let me see. Is it CBS? I don't know. Could be anywhere. Anyway, so he buys the building. Whatever, with other people's money. Of course, he's a piece of shit. He's not a real estate developer. Everybody knows that. No actual, not that I'm in with the in crowd, but I do know that no actual legitimate developer in New York City's like, get Trump in here. Never. He is a scam artist. He played a real estate developer. He played a successful businessman on reality television. He put his name on things after that. That's the only thing he could sell. He never built anything. They just put their name on shit. That's why the people of New York, when the fascist piece of shit squatted in the White House, despite receiving fewer votes, and nobody wanted to be associated with his toxic name. All of the boards of different co-ops and buildings and real estate agencies were like, get this fucking guy's name off our building. He never owned the building. He just put his, I don't even know why you want that stupid tacky name on your building, but all over the city, they were taken down. But anyway, nobody was like, get Trump in here. We need, we need a con man up in this bitch. But Trump, he bought this apartment. I guess it was, low rent or something. But there were a certain amount of apartments, and many of these people that lived in the building were there for many years, from back in the paying zero, like not zero of course, but rent controlled apartments, elderly people in their apartments for like 50 years, 3-room apartments. They're paying like $300 rent. I'm not kidding. I have a friend that has been in her apartment since 1967, and she pays like a ridiculous sum for a 3-bedroom apartment. It's incredible. It's like, I don't even remember though. It's like $600, maybe less actually. So, but fine, whatever. We're going to put her on the street. That's what Trump wanted to do. You see, he got in there, and this is a real patriot, right? He takes Social Security recipients, pensioners, for what's left of the pensioner class in this country, thanks to Republicans destroying it, but takes them and assaults them, harasses them, fines them, just attacks them constantly, doesn't do any upkeep on their apartments, trying to make it uncomfortable enough so the old bitch gets the fuck out, so he can rent that apartment for more money. Because that's our patriot, you see, who loves his country. Except he goes after first of all, he hates just about everybody in it, but goes after the vulnerable and unconnected. Well, so he's going to kick old ladies out onto the street? That's your hero, Trumpanzees. That's your God. But they love Jesus, too, don't they? They love Jesus. They love America. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the facade. No, it's not even a facade. It's a fucking farce. It's a farce. That's the word. And I'm sick of the enabling by the Democrats, enabling these monsters. Call them out. This is who you're talking to. There's something wrong with them. They're malignant narcissists. The head of the snake are a bunch of malignant narcissists, and then the followers are not even the body of the snake. They're just like worms attached who are attracted to this kind of cruelty and stupidity, and because they're racist. They're small, they're scared. They're easily led. They're duped. They want to shove their fake Jesus down everybody's throats. Am I wrong? No. And I got some super chats. Thank you again, Terry Taylor and Shannon and Mark. And thank you, Richard W. Richard says, another great show, Tara. Thank you, Richard. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Errol Thomas, for your super chat. Any reason why Republic clowns, including their supporters, can't see they're still being duped by dummy number 45? It's because, in my opinion, in my Psych 201 analysis, they are, because they're racist and ugly on the inside, that it's kind of validating for them. It's like they are being... Trump is like a mirror for them. He's a carnival barker who enables the ugly parts of the human condition, and because the Trumpanzees thrive on that. That's what keeps them going. That's what gets them out of bed in the morning. That's what really motivates them. Like, why you pick up a phone and that's your comment to a representative. That's the best you have, right? That's the best you got. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your wife. Fuck you. You're a cuck. Right? Why don't you have? Do you have anything productive to say? All you do is prove me correct and everybody else who knows that they are incapable of functioning in a democracy. And thank you, Irene, for your super chat. And thank you for your emoji. #1 fan. I appreciate that. I do. I need that. I do. We're having a good chat room tonight. Like we do all nights. Yes. Errol Thomas says, Trump has 4 buildings here in New York City. Whenever I see one of them, I either give it the finger or the up your sign, like how Italians do it. I do too. There's that Trump building on the east side by the UN, one of these tacky hotels. And if I'm in the city and I ride my bike down the bike path there, and if there are people on going up into the hotel, I say things like lock them up, or I say shame on you, something like that. Whatever, not that it matters. A lot of times there's another one across the street from Central Park. And a lot of times there will be different protests. When Trump was squatting in the White House, despite receiving fewer votes, there were protests there. And people would be, they were clearly, I mean, the Trumpanzees would come from different parts of the country, and they would go to that hotel because they wanted to be near their master. And they would come out with their red hats. It's very pathetic, frankly. They are really pathetic. It is pathetic because of who he is. It's not even a decent person, right? There's nothing decent. Let's see, Trump. I'm looking for these. There's many. I have so many videos. I can't. I just can't take it. They're horrible.
The billionaire pitched a recession-proof opportunity during the economic downturn in 2009. The Trump network relied on participants to sell health supplements and other products
This is your hero.
person to person. Juliana Goldman is in Washington with how the business collapsed and caused some to lose thousands of dollars.
Of course, some.
Juliana, good morning.
Not Trump, though.
Good morning. Well, the concept wasn't really revolutionary. Companies like Mary Kay have sold products through what's called multi-level marketing for years.
Multi-level
Those at the top
marketing
tend to reap the most benefits.
That's how much of a basic bitch he is. Multi-level marketing vitamin scam.
Person recruits 3 friends, who recruits 3 friends, and on down the line. Beginner salespeople were told to buy a $497 starter kit of Trump products like these so they could get in on the soon-to-be billion-dollar business.
We thought it was going to take off. We thought they would go international.
Eileen and George Kelly are retired college professors who live in Florida.
They were selling hope there to a lot of people in the middle of a recession.
I was sold on the product and the message and the testimonials. And then, of course, Donald Trump coming on.
The Trump network wants to give millions of people renewed hope and with an exciting plan to opt out of the recession.
Look at that fucking face. That's your hero? And a threat to opt out of the recession. I mean, the scam. He's a carnival bark. He's a fucking carny. We had a carny so-called president, a traitor, a scumbag. I can't watch the whole thing. I know. We've watched this like 20 times already, but...
Which became the Trump network, sparked some complaints like these to the Federal Trade Commission.
Todd and Scott Stanwood and I have been diligent in our efforts to bring customized nutrition to all Americans.
A key product was personalized vitamins, supposedly tailored to each customer after they sent their urine to a lab for analysis.
All of this is hocus pocus, and none of this is based on actual science.
Dr. Peter Cohen is a Harvard expert on supplements.
The test they're doing has nothing to do with their actual health, and matching their test results to the supplements is probably just a random guessing game rather than anything based on reality.
To push credibility in its marketing materials, the Trump network suggested that Harvard expert Dr. David Ludwig endorse the products. But Ludwig says he never did and was mortified when he found out his name was connected to the brand. He demanded and received this apology from the Trump network. We contacted over 30 former sales reps for the Trump network. Most said they believed in these products, but some said that when they looked back at the fees they paid associated with trainings, with conferences, and with the products themselves, they're not sure they made any money at all.
Of course not.
About half say they still support Trump, but most said that they were kept in the dark about looming problems at the company. Trump declined our...
That's your hero. That is your successful businessman. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
You don't even.
Look at the first part of that statement.
Did it Trump talking about how he will change America?
I'm really a good businessman. I'm so good at business. Oh, you people are going to be so rich so fast. You don't even.
Can you believe this fucking country? It's the dumbasses. That's why anybody who loves this guy, worships this guy, is the problem. I don't care who it is. If it's your neighbor, my sister, I don't know. She don't love him. I think she voted for him, though. I don't want to ask. I really don't want to know. It's embarrassing. And I'm ashamed of her, if that's the case. I feel betrayed. But whatever. Anyone who... are you that dumb? Are you that dumb? Do you hate it? I can't. I'm so good at business. It's unbelievable. It's just, I can't take it. I'm just the best. I am the greatest at everything I touch. I'm Kim Jong-un, but worse. At least Kim Jong-un, I mean, he actually probably does some of the things that they credit him with. Kim Jong-un
have been
they still...
I don't know if he's a serial bankrupt.
From the Trump network. And she says when she sees candidate Trump talking about how he will change America...
I'm really a good businessman. I'm so good at business. Oh, you people are going to be so rich so fast, you don't even...
I don't believe for a moment that he's going to change things. We just went through it with him.
Now, most of the marketers we spoke with blame the owners for the network's demise.
Of course. Oh, here's that other thing.
There is one thing Donald Trump has not been able to control: the tenants who live in this building at 100 Central Park South, a building Trump bought a few years back. It's filled with rent-controlled apartments occupied by tenants who are now angry because they say that Trump is trying to get them out by hook or crook. Like most developers, he wants to evict the tenants so he can build expensive new apartments and charge a bundle for them. And like most developers, he's having trouble doing it.
He wants us out because he wants a building.
What's wrong with that?
We should just die,
What's
lady.
wrong with it? How about us? Where we go? What we going to do?
Oh, you should
He's a very arrogant human being who really doesn't care about the lives of people like you see in this room here. He bought the building knowing exactly what this building was earning and exactly what the status of the building was. And yet now Donald would like to wipe out the rent control, rent stabilization laws with one snap of his own golden fingers, and that's not the way this world works.
Almost nobody believes that you're going to be able to get those tenants out of there. This is a fight that's going to go on and on and on.
Could be. We'll see what happens, Mike.
And when they call you arrogant and cruel, those tenants over there, does that get under your skin?
No, because you see, I think I'm right. And when I think I'm right, nothing bothers me. Nothing gets too much under my skin. Again, you have multimillionaires living in rent-controlled apartments, and I think it's a disgrace.
You lying dirtbag. Scum. Greed, scum. That's who they are. Lies, greed, scum. I don't know what came first. I guess the scum, and then the greed, and then the lies. It's all one big bundle. That's what it's a triple threat. That's the Republican, triple threat. That's what they bring to the table. While Democrats are, in all their flaws, what are they trying to do? Make sure that Granny don't have to die on the street. And this fucking guy, all of them, they are all the same. And the reason is the dumbasses like him because they're ugly on the inside. He validates that their sickness. Gives them permission not to give a shit about their fellow Americans, their country, their community. Be selfish. Leave everybody behind but you. Civilization for me, not for thee.
Mike, you take a look at the people and don't let them parade with their little dresses that they go out and buy because you happen to be here for $10 so they look nice and poor. You go look into the people and you go see, you tell me, you come back in 6 months and tell me that they're not very wealthy people. You'll be very surprised to find out.
You piece of shit.
They're very wealthy people, Mike.
He will say there are people in here with a lot of money who are taking advantage of him.
He has said.
Well, I know that.
And he says taking advantage. Does he mean that they're not able to live up to their lease? And if they are living up to their lease, the law is the lease. And the lease, if he wants to change the law, fine.
Isn't it crazy? That's their hero, guys. That's their hero. Oh, it won't play. That video won't play. Oh, no. What happened? What happened here? Let's see. Some of these videos won't play. Anyway.
Forgive all of the foreign ministers and senior officials of the 79 countries making up the coalition that's been fighting ISIS for today, perhaps wondering, now what? Because as they gathered in Washington to consider next steps, that fight is about to get more complicated, even with its successes.
It should be formally announced sometime, probably next week, that we will have 100% of the caliphate.
Donald Trump underlined for them why, in his view, there's no longer a need for the 2,000 U.S. troops in that fight.
Look at everyone has to look at this fucking guy and listen to him. Okay, forget. I'm sorry to do
I
this.
will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes. When she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted, as soon as she releases them, I will release. I will release my tax returns.
So you've got to ask yourself, why won't he release his tax returns? And I think there may be a couple of reasons. First, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is. Second, maybe he's not as charitable as he claims to be. Third, we don't know all of his business dealings, but we have been told through investigative reporting that he owes about $650 million to Wall Street and foreign banks. Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So if he's paid zero, that means zero for troops, zero for vets, zero for schools or health.
Yep, exactly. That makes me smart. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I'm doing this to you. We've had enough pain, right? I will release. I know. I'm sorry. That's childish. It is, but I couldn't help it. I will release. But these people, you know, they'll vote for him again. Let's see. Who's this? I'm just going through a lot of these old videos.
You're going to start seeing a presidential Mr. Trump. He's talked about it, shifting into a more presidential speech-giving, policy positions, and demeanor.
Oh, my God. Incredible.
Let me give you some snapshots of the Republican electorate today.
We need to stop watching the media and start getting the facts. 5 more years!
In a CNN poll conducted after January 6th, 70% of Republicans said they did not believe that Joe Biden won the election legitimately.
There's too much evidence of fraud.
Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump!
Over 40% believe Bill Gates is planning to use the COVID-19 vaccine as a pretext to implant microchips in people's brains in order to track them. And roughly 1 in 4 Republicans agree with the key tenet of the QAnon conspiracy, that a group of Satan-worshipping elites who run a child sex ring are trying to control our media and politics.
Joe Biden is the biggest pedophile on the face of the planet.
It's not a conspiracy, it's fact.
It becomes impossible to deny. The Republican Party today has been infected by a series of crazy conspiracy theories. Why?
Oh, help me. All right. Help us all. I'm looking at the time. My God. My God. My God. My God. Please help us all. All right. Yeah, I have other things to talk about, but I think we're going to perhaps put a pin in it right now. And I have to apologize for playing those videos again, but oh well. Oh fucking well. That's how it goes. We have a lot more to talk about. And a lot more. I have a lot more things. I had a lot more things that we were going to go through tonight. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. We'll see. If somebody becomes a patron, we will have a show tomorrow. How's that? It doesn't matter. You know, $2. $2. You got $2 a month to hang out in the greatest chat room with the greatest patriots and the greatest support group for normal people in American history. Go for it. Go to patreon.com/Tara Devlin. Like our sponsor tonight, Dutch Kuhn. Thank you, Dutch, for taking the leap, for supporting the show, for going and, signing up. I really do have to update that page, that Patreon page. But forgive me all. But yeah, I'm too busy trying to keep a roof over my head in Tarabuster Studios and do shows, do as many shows as we can. And it is, I love you guys. I really do. Getting together and we're making a difference. The word's getting out there. The anger, the unapologetic stance that we take, that's spreading. And I do know that in the future, we're doing it for ourselves, but also the future, fighting for this country. So the people who ever fought, bled, and died for it didn't die in vain. But also when the archaeologists or anthropologists go through the treasure trove of material from this time, they will find this show too. Trust me, they're going to look at all the chat logs. They're going to... It's true. Trust me. You realize that. You know that. I mean, for real. If they had the internet back in the Roman time, or back in the past, in any time, we would devour it constantly. Just what were people thinking? What were they doing? What were they trying to do? Everyone will... I'm sure there will be some young grad student that writes a whole paper on Tarabuster. We'll all be in the ground, but hey, hi, hello from the stars, from the star system. Keep on we were trying. I hope we were successful. And be kind to animals. That's all. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. We have more to talk about, so somebody better become a patron tonight or tomorrow by a reasonable time so I can get the show ready. And then we'll have another show. If we don't get together, that means I'm sulking. Okay? Maybe I'll be sulking. That's okay. I'll soak. I'll watch some TV. I'll think about my life, all the mistakes I've made, and I'll cry a little. But then I'll push it down. I'll shove it down into that place where I keep all my childhood memories. So hopefully they don't come springing back up at the most inappropriate moments, like on the air, or when I'm driving, if I get crazy. Woo! All right, my friends, thank you so much for hanging out. Guys, we will win. We will. They know it. The future knows it. Future historians know it. Because, I hope the Democrats know it. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, and democracy. We stick together, we win. That's right. That's what e pluribus unum is. My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you so much for hanging out. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see.